Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Now in today's video we are going to look at one of my absolute favorite topics, hoodies. I love hoodies. I wear them all the time. You see me wearing hoodies literally constantly on my channel, but even more so, very specifically, Kuiu hoodies. I love Kuiu products, from their backpacks to their outerwear, and in today's video, their hoodies. This here, the Performance Tech Hoodie, just an awesome addition to the Kuiu lineup, and this really cool tonal camo pattern. I love this thing. It fits me great. It's absolutely comfortable. Kuiu always doing a wonderful job, and today, well, we're gonna go through this. And so I not only have the one that I'm wearing, but one brand new in the package. We're gonna bust this out. I'll show you all of the details. But with that said, I have a whole bunch to do and a whole bunch to share with you. And if you're interested in seeing a little bit more about what I'm about to get into, do me a favor, stay tuned. Now, if you like what you see here today, do me a favor, take a look in the description box below where you can get all of the relevant details for where you can find one of these tech hoodies. Whether or not it's the tech hoodie, backpacks, any of the outerwear, I can absolutely recommend Kuiu products. So again, if you like what you see here today, do me a favor, check out the description box below for all of the details. Now, before we get too far, I am in the middle of a gear giveaway. So if you want to win yourself some great gear, well, I'm trying to give away all of my stuff. And there's only one way to do that. So check out the description box below for more details. And so as we kick off this entire video, and as I mentioned in the intro, I wear tons and tons and tons of hoodies and tons of Kuiu products. If you've been watching my channel, you've seen these products time and time and time again. It's definitely my go-to, and it's my go-to when I absolutely have to trust my gear. When I need a level of performance, I turn to Kuiu. So everything from their Peloton series to their Camp series, and then to their Rubicon. I mean, whether or not it's their jackets or your typical sort of daily wear hoodies, I love them. And that is absolutely going to be the case here with the Performance Fleece Tech Hoodie, and this one here in the black tonal camo, which is such a cool pattern. For the longest time, Kuiu was built upon their solid colorways and then also their Vias and their Verde camo. They have since added additional camos to their lineup, and we are going to get into that today, where we now have these tonal camos. Now, this isn't the first product that introduced this particular pattern. However, these are just awesome daily wear hoodies that I love. The features in Kuiu products, always fantastic. They do a wonderful job. Now, the first thing is their fabric choices. Kuiu does a great job with their fabrics, which does a couple of things. It gives you general comfort, it gives you general style, but it is the performance that I love. This particular hoodie here, fully polyester, so 100% polyester, has a fleece lining on the inside, DWR, water resistant, and I'm gonna say resistant and kind of okay at best, but water resistant exterior coating and a very tight weave. That's the thing about Kuiu. You gotta pay attention to their fabrics and the intent. So the exterior of the hoodie, a very tight woven weave that cuts down on wind penetration quite a bit. Now, these are definitely a little bit stretchy. You get some nice quality stretch, but at the same time, generally form fit. So everything's going to be fairly tight and tidy, not a lot of extra fabric. So these do a great job at keeping you warm enough, yet still venting and keeping you cool. I'm almost always comfortable, temperature-wise, in Kuiu products. I'm very seldom too warm or too cold, which is sort of the magic. But as we go again through all of the features, you can see this did come nicely packaged. pretty straightforward, not a ton to it. However, it's some of these subtle details that I think is worth pointing out when it gets into these Kuiu hoodies. Again, we've talked about the fabrics. This one here in the black tonal, the one that I'm wearing, is considered to be the ash tonal. So you can see the difference in the colors. Again, in terms of the actual fabric, that hard knit face with the soft fleece liner. So on the inside, take a look here. Very nice, soft fleece lining, which they're calling a high loft brushed fleece. So again, very, very warm, yet breathes at the same time. And this is a thin garment. Don't get me wrong. There is not a lot of thickness to this. It is very thin, which is awesome because it doesn't leave much in the way of bulkiness. And it's also pretty quiet. There's not a lot of noise coming off of this. So from the sort of moving around and, the ability to move, from place to place, if you were potentially using this for hunting, keeping in mind the fact that Kuiu is, of course, a hunting company, it's not going to make a ton of noise, which is nice. The polyester fleece, they're saying 225 grams per square meter, 100% polyester. And then again, this is a 16-ounce garment, so generally speaking, weighing in around a pound. I am personally 6'1", 175 pounds, and I found they are size large in almost everything that I wear. Fits me very well, very form fit, comfortable, not a lot of extra material. I could maybe get away with an extra large. I wouldn't want the extra material. I do have some Kuiu products in an extra large, but I find the large is best for me. You can see that the sleeves are generally about right in terms of the length, and I have longer arms, so they do give you just enough length in the arms that I can get away with the large versus the extra large, which I like. All of the cuffs nicely done, so around the base, around the arms, trimmed out well. A little bit generous here. You can see I have thin wrists, but plenty of room there for general maneuverability. That's awesome. The hood is fantastic. Very nicely fit. I like how they do the 3-panel design. I love that about this because ultimately what it does is it gives you the perfect shape for the top of the hood, yet enough visibility on the sides so you still maintain peripheral vision, which is awesome. And so as I mentioned, taking a look at the hood here, just a little bit of extra material, just a little bit to get that coverage, yet I can still see nicely. That panel doing a wonderful job up the middle to give everything just a quality shape. Could cinch down just a little bit on these and you can see it opens up the hood. Perfect peripheral vision. The hood's not getting in the way. It gives me the protection that I need, both from the elements and a little bit from the sun, which is awesome. So again, Kuiu doing a great job with the hood design. And you end up with the drawstring in the front. I don't use this too much, but you can certainly cinch the hood down if you need to. Very high neck on this particular garment, which I also kind of like. I like that you get some wind protection. I like that it fits up against your neck and just gives you that sort of cozy feel about it. I love that about this particular hoodie. I think it's a nice feature and it's a little bit different how they cut this hood. Really cool. As that translates to the back, again, you can see here, very simple across the top panel. But again, they cut their panels well to give the garment the shape you need in the appropriate areas. The way it sits over your shoulders, very, very comfortable. Subtle details, yet in the corner here, the logo, so you can see Kuiu's Ram logo. It's subtle. It's not overbearing. It's just enough. And in this particular case, I love how they did that. And that sits just nicely and perfectly fit right down in the corner of the shoulder. Just a really cool, subtle attention to detail. Talking about the way the panels come together, another place where Kuiu has done it very well is in the underarms. So that's another place where just having the panels laid out the right way gives the garment the space you need, the flex you need, and the fit that you need for comfort. And you can see this semi-trapezoidal panel down underneath the armpits all the way down to the bottom, and you can see what that does is it gives this a nice shape and flow through the underarm area, which allows the front and the back just to sit at those appropriate locations for a nice tight and athletic fit without too much extra material. Being a hoodie, this is a pullover design, but you end up with a full front kangaroo pocket here, so you can see a full pass-through pocket. And the one place I'm going to say I think Kuiu could have done better and should have done better, in my opinion, there is a zippered pocket. So this zippered pocket here, nice and wide, nice and large, goes all the way across, but they only put the zipper on one side. So for me, that's on my right hand side, which is fine, but I have found that in some cases, I wished I could get into it with my left. And to me, just to put a simple zipper on this side wouldn't have been a big deal, and it would have left this much more flexible, in my opinion. The other thing that's interesting, and where I think they could have gone with this, is, well, they have this nice fleece lining on the inside of the kangaroo pocket. And then, almost redundant, when you open up the zippered pocket, you end up with that same fleece lining. It's a little bit different on one side, kind of what you get from sunglass pouches, but at the same time, to me, and maybe it does breathe, but looking through here, I think this could have been maybe a little more open to allow this to breathe just a little bit more and bring some fresh air in through the kangaroo pocket to vent everything out. Now, I'm going to take a real quick look at this with the light, and this is a real thin material, which to me says this should breathe very well, but more the reason to introduce that second zipper. Open up that second zipper, allow all your moisture to kind of vent out, allow that breeze to get in. So in my opinion, I would have loved for this just to have that second zipper to fully vent and open this up. Not a big deal, but I do think they missed an opportunity there. And so, all right, guys, there you have it. A look at the Kuiu Performance Tech Fleece Hoodie in the Tonal Camo patterns. Awesome. I love these. I can highly recommend them. Again, I can recommend almost every Kuiu product. I haven't really had anything from them that hasn't performed and performed to an excellent standard. Again, when I need performance, I turn to Kuiu. When I have to be comfortable, when I need to be safe, warm, breathe, have that body moisture management, body temperature regulation, Kuiu products do it for me. So whether or not I'm hanging out here in the studio, filming for my reviews, getting out, hitting the mountains, my daily wear in the office, it doesn't matter. Kuiu absolutely having a product for me, and I know they will have a product for you. And so again, if you like what you see here today, do me a favor, look in the description box below where I have the relevant details for where you can catch your own Kuiu products. Again, I highly recommend them. Thank you very much for following along. I greatly appreciate it. And if you like this content, do me a favor, take a look at my Outer Limitless 2 channel, which is more on the tactical and firearm side of things. At this point, that channel is growing quickly. I have a ton of videos up there. So if you like what you see here on Outer Limitless, do me a favor and check me out on Outer Limitless 2. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.